For furniture, the city will be established on an area of 332 fedans, considered to be one of the national mega projects in Egypt. During his visit to Damietta, President Sisi toured the workshops in the Damietta city for furniture. We'll be speaking more about this project and other developmental projects in Egypt with the political expert, Dr. Hussein Shoureba. I would like to thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, sir. Now, the importance of reviving industries like the furniture industry and the classical traditional Egyptian industries in the various governorates. How do you see that?
First of all, we have to say Ramadan Kareem to everybody.
Yes, Allahu
Ramadan is
Akram,
on the way. And it's one of the good signals of the arrival of Ramadan that we are conquering important business. And it's not a small one, because your colleague has mentioned this. It's a mega one. Mm-hmm. Why it's a mega one? Because it celebrates and it's shelter minor and smaller business men. Mm-hmm. The furniture industry is everyday use. Mm-hmm. And the increase of population makes it's the need of every moment. Mm-hmm. So President Sisi was a smart person of tackling this. Why? We did have almost like 1,500 factories were out of order. Mm-hmm. And the furniture in Damietta and other places were almost collapsing. Mm-hmm. Why? Because there is a very minimum support from the government to that one, to that segment, plus the people who were involved in this were demolishing, were vanishing, because we are not preparing the new generations to take over from the old ones. So that's the important part which President Sisi thought about it, having a new generation to pick up this industry once more again in a better way, better condition, and even updated machinery. And that's the important part of this. Why? Because we would like to have an export, not an import. So an export, you need to know what is updated there and what is the need there, and you implement it here. And when you implement it here and you have your product moving on towards this, plus the handmade production in Egypt is not existing everywhere. Most of the things outside of Egypt or international, it's not handmade. It is a machinery. Mm-hmm. Today, it is handmade, but with updated tools. And the Egyptians from long time ago is a very skillful person, and he had the talent of making the wood piece an art piece. And that's the importance of this. The number of people involved in this, and that's the important. It is a huge number. It is over than 2 million. So imagine 2 million sheltering each one of them at least 4 persons. You're talking about 8 million people in that industry, which it have to be supported. And this is why President Sisi...
You're speaking 2 million in the industry only, not let alone the other industries that feeds them.
You have other feeding back. You have people who are going to supply you with the raw materials in different areas. So you have to multiply this by 4. It's the same like in the industry of housing. At least there is 100 jobs, including to that one. Industry of tourism, it's more than 50 type of people are involved in this. Yes. So every industry has a kind of a shelter to other industries. So this is one of the best. And by the way, we were leader in this. Anybody in Italy, they love to have the furniture from Egypt, because it's 100% wood, it's handmade, and it is very rare. You buy this piece here at a very reasonable price. And why make it reasonable price? Because the dollar right now is different. Before it was almost 7.
So you have price competitiveness too.
No, nobody can compete with you.
Yes.
Nobody.
even with the electricity rise, even with the cost of living rise, but yet in comparison with other countries, still competitive. My question to you is related to the attraction of. You said this is going to be directed to 2 million who are already in this industry, in the city of Damietta or around the city of Damietta. But what about the attraction of other people who might want to move and invest in Damietta to start a startup, a small business, somebody who's interested, somebody who's unemployed, who's interested also to leverage this amazing project and to be part of it, like bring up new skills into this industry.
Let's bring this project back again. Damietta was a nice city located on the Mediterranean, and their people were very skillful. Either they are a fisherman or people working in wood. This is no more than this. When they improved themselves in making furnitures in a very skillful way, and the people have really flourished this business, other business being created in that area. Why? Because the moment you are having lots of influence coming out of Damietta, coming to see what you have in Damietta and the quality which you have in Damietta, it's like when you have you recognize any brand worldwide, and you say, oh yeah, that brand is very good, I'm going to go to that store, I'm going to go and get them. So you are moving and asking people to move in to your area, either to buy or even to visit or even to start a new business of his own business or a new business in there.
Yes.
The governor, the one right now in power, is a smart person. He used this and used it as a mega project, and he presented to the presidency officers, and he told them about this, and they took care about this, and they moved on. You will find, why did he use this? He wants to make a Damietta another piece of a resort zone. Why? He is really clearing the lake over there, the Brolos Lake, plus and making a promenade on the Mediterranean. Why he's doing this? Because this is another new resort inside Egypt for Egyptians and non-Egyptians, and you need to make quality. Cities surrounding Damietta, the first thing they want to go and they want to enjoy their summertime, it will be Damietta.
Yes, and it attracts also local investors towards the furniture industry too.
To go, but you are attracting people to make hotels over there. You are attracting people to make, let's say, factory for any type of food of production. You go over there. Why? Because there is number of people are increasing. It's not demolishing, and it's not a city who are having no business, and the people have to leave it to find their own business. So the people over there in Damietta who have left Damietta are returning back to Damietta, and the people who were not in Damietta at all, and they saw the rush of people over there, it is another plus to them. Let me bring something to everyone. There is an explorer, and this is in their plan, to make a kind of an exhibition for furniture, an international fair over there in Damietta. This will bring the foreigners coming up to you, watching what's going on. What are you doing? And they will name it the handmade Damietta furniture, which will attract everybody. And the moment you flash what you call the pricing wise.
Yes.
And the people over there in Europe recognize how much the difference between what they have and what they going to gain over here.
Yes.
So having a week, spending a week in Egypt, staying in Damietta for 2-3 days, enjoying the sea and the exhibition. It's like in Germany, you have lots of exhibitions over there. So we are trying to move and pull up the tourism industry in another way, in another segment, and that's a beautiful one. There is another thing the president have done it. I'm sorry to continue, but I would like the aqueduct. The aqueduct of Egypt is a beautiful one. It dates back to almost 11 to 1200 AD. And I want you to imagine that this was supplying the citadel with water from the Nile directly. And what we have seen the last 100 years, people misused the aqueduct and they were building this. President Sisi have given the governor of Cairo plus Ministry of Tourism plus Ministry of Antiquities to help the people move out, and the Ministry of Housing, and get them and shelter them in another place, which is very unique. Everybody would think that, yeah, he's changing, he wants to get rid of these people, because no, he's restoring Egypt as back to normal. And that's an important thing. Yes. When you restore history, what are you doing?
So we're returning the face of Cairo to what
Absolutely.
It used to be once again.
Yes, indeed. Of Cairo, once more.
It's the right of everyone. It's not the right of
yes.
Yes.
Yes, and I'd like to thank you very much, Dr. Hussein Shoureba, for this insightful interview. We need to continue talking about it more, but right now we will be looking at the following report, and then we'll be back for more on Nile Cruise. So stay with us.